guys, welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. First and foremost, I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. And this week in the news, man, this week we've seen a few things when it comes to the automotive world. So what we're going to talk about today is the potential merger between Nissan, Honda, and now Mitsubishi. So a couple days ago, I read that Nissan and Honda were talking about merging into one, consolidating their companies, which would shake up the automotive world in a hurry. You think of Honda and its longtime reliability. They've been around forever and have always built a car that is just, it's maybe not the fastest, but it's definitely one of the more reliable cars out there. You do think about things like the S2000 and other little things. They've come out with several interesting concept cars too over the years and have been a very dominant player in the auto market. Well, then you look at Nissan and I don't know, as a tuner, people think immediately of the Skyline. Nissan has had some pretty nice international cars. They have some that compete with the likes of the Lexuses of the world. And, they've done a really good job of kind of being a little bit under the radar. They've had some great cars. You think of the little Z cars, whether it's the 240, the 280, the 350, whatever, any of those, the Z cars are always fantastic. And so they've had a strong presence in the tuner market. And then now today, and this is right after Christmas, today's, the 26th, but by the time you're watching this, it'll be the, 27th or 8th, tomorrow. And so, today I read Mitsubishi is now in the running to also merge. And so what that does is the three of those companies consolidated turns into the third largest auto group in the world. I also have to think that that's not just a power play from that standpoint, but it shows where things can go on a national scale. Like those three companies consolidating into one would be something like, Ford and General Motors and Chrysler. Chrysler's already owned by somebody else, but let's say they weren't. The three of them could consolidate to one huge, massive powerhouse. Yeah, we wouldn't necessarily see that happen. I think Ford and Chevy have too big of a rivalry to ever, play nice. But to me, if I'm living in Asia, that's gotta be what it feels like. It's gotta be feeling like, man, these are the biggest automakers in our backyard and they're consolidating to one company. How weird is that? But all that to say, you go to Japan, you go to China, you go to India, you go to Russia, you go to, I think anywhere in the world, you're going to find Hondas, you're going to find Mitsubishis, you're going to find Nissan. You're also going to find Ford and Chevrolet and Mercedes and BMW and all the other ones too. So it's not like it's a big deal, but I think it's a big deal from the standpoint of just the conglomerate that they're going to become, because again, now they can merge their technologies. They want to be a serious player in the EV market. And, Honda has kind of dabbled a little bit, right? They've done, I'm trying to remember what their little EV car, the one that came out at the beginning, they had a very small EV presence. And they've been trying to grow that. Nissan, I didn't do any Nissan research before this video, so I honestly don't know if Nissan, other than the Leaf, has ventured into EVs at all. Like the Nissan Leaf is a pure EV, but I don't even know, I don't think they have an Altima or, any of those other sedans or anything. I'm thinking the Sentra, they don't have any of that stuff EV yet. And then Mitsubishi, I want to say, also has one EV vehicle, and they've done a hybrid in the past. And so, it's kind of fascinating because again, from the tuner world, you've got the Z cars and the Skyline and the Silvias and those kind of things from Nissan. You've got the S2000, and then of course the Civic and Accord, which people modify and do all the time. And then from Mitsubishi, you've got your Eclipse, you've got your Mirage, you've got your 3000 GT, the GTO, etc. And so, yeah, I mean, these are all good companies that have had some pretty serious cult following for a specific niche model or make. And so now, you know, what's going to happen? Are they going to have a, I don't know. I mean, will they carry on with the Civic? Will they carry on with the Eclipse? Who knows? You know, I mean, they keep releasing and re-releasing some of these cars that are coming back in time, you know. Who knows? Now the biggest competitor over there is going to be Toyota. And, you know, they're coming out with the Celica and they're doing some crazy things over there too. And so it's fascinating. I'm curious to know what prompted the conversation and where it's going to go. And I think at this point, you know, that's all there is to be said about it. I think we're still early in the talks and I don't know what that's going to look like. But are they going to form, you know, a new name? Maybe. You know, does that instantly make all old Nissans and Hondas and Mitsubishis worth more? Probably not, right? Who cares? It's like looking at an old Datsun. Nobody's going to pay extra money because it says Datsun on it, right? Or, you know, Lincoln. Lincoln's still a thing. I guess it's Oldsmobile. And you know what I mean? Like there's brands that have kind of come and gone. Mercury's another one, you know, same thing. You're not going to pay more money for a Mercury. Gosh, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but it is kind of interesting. And so we'll stay tuned and just sort of wait and watch. And I may do a follow-up video later on, but that's kind of the car news this week. It's been pretty quiet on the other front. But real quickly, while I have you, I will give you another update on the Mach-E. And so our Ford dealer still has it. So they've had the car more than 2 weeks now, and there's no end in sight. My wife called after I posted the last video about it, and they basically said, we're still waiting on some stuff, and it's likely to not be back to you before Christmas, which now has come and gone, and it didn't get back to us. Haven't heard from them today either. So tomorrow's the 27th, and so by the time you're watching this, we have not been told to come pick up the car. So my guess is they're going to keep it through the first of the year, which is now getting a little ridiculous because we took it in on the 10th or the 11th. I'd have to look at the calendar, but pretty dumb, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So we pick our battles, and that's not one I want to deal with right now, which is why the truck's in the garage. So yay, that's been a plus this week and last week and the week before that. And you know, not having the Mach-E around, we've been parking the truck inside, and so we've avoided some snow and some rain and all the fun things that come with winter. So that's all I got for you guys this week. So please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell, and most importantly, remember, may every investment you make be a good one. Till next time.